What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. Glad to be with you all this morning. I have got lot of good stuff to discuss. Let me hold my pillow. My back hurting. I should put it behind me, but I'm just gonna hold it. That's how much pain I'm in today. But yes, make sure you don't forget to check me out on Twitter at TD Fans Talk. Instagram is TD Fans Talk. And also my content can be found at dolphinstalk.com, ladies and gentlemen. Now before we get let me make sure. Oh, I'm doing the roster prediction later. Rip Tupac. I know you just texted me. What up, everybody? What's up, Michael? What's up, Insanity 5 and Fanatic 13? First rounder and Clowney for Tunsil. Intriguing, but nah. We're about to talk about it. Lord Vigro, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright, smiley faces, and this is the way we start out our day. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hit that like button. Every time I do that, somebody say, TD, don't do that ever again. And I'm going to do it every time I want. But what's up, everybody? I'm glad y'all with me today. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the room. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. I'm going to assume you all did not get the notification because we're a minute in and only 10 people in the room. So I know the notification still isn't going out, which sucks. But it's okay. It's a part of what we've come to grow accustomed to with YouTube. They give it to you sometimes. Sometimes they don't. And it always sucks. But that's all right. Let's talk about this situation, guys. The Laremy Tunsil, Jadeveon Clowney trade scenario situation. You said 9:30, LOL. No, I'm here. It's 9. I thought I started at 9:30, or maybe 9:31 Eastern. Yes, Eastern. That's where I am, Eastern. All right. So but listen, guys, Miami Dolphins, Jadeveon Clowney, Laremy Tunsil debacle. All right. I'm going to give you the facts today. I am going to break down exactly what's happening, not all these rumors, speculations, X, Y, and Z, because that's all I'm hearing. Let me break down the facts after doing all my research and talking to my insider. Let me break down the facts of what's going on, okay? First and foremost, about 4 days ago, I was notified by someone, an insider in the organization, that said, I want to throw you a bone, TD. Laremy Tunsil, Jadeveon Clowney trade is on the horizon. This is when nobody was talking about it. I came on live and I told y'all what I heard from a little birdie. And 3 hours later, it was everywhere. Everybody was talking about it. They heard it too. Okay? So that's what started to build credibility with the source that dropped this little birdie on me. And then that person contacted me again and said, I told you, I tried to help you out, or whatever, because they like what I do. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the room. Then I got another source that was telling me some other things that I can't say are necessarily true until everything goes down, to see if it was actually true or not. So I'm not going to keep referencing to that. It sounds realistic, but I'm not going to keep referencing to it, okay? Now, we fast forward to today. And we all learned that the Miami Dolphins have been in talks with the Texans, and they actually met with Jadeveon Clowney last week. These are all facts. We all know this, okay? But sorting through all the chaos of revolts and not true, we're not trading Tunsil, all of the, one moment, guys, all those type of things. Hello? Yes, ma'am. All right. We're not trading Tunsil, all those type of things. It's time to talk through the logistics of what's actually going on, okay? What's actually going on. Guys, I'm going to ask you all, by the way, whenever I start talking about this, don't get mad at me. Just like you got mad at me when I said Rosen was not going to start, and look how it turned out. Don't get mad. At least hear me out fully before you start telling me I'm delusional anyway. Okay? Hear me out fully, and then you decide for yourself, okay? Now, First and foremost, let's talk about Laremy Tunsil. Laremy Tunsil has barely played at all this preseason. I have a strong source who is telling me the main reason for that is simply because this has always been a potential since the offseason. This has been a potential since the offseason, and they had no intention on playing Laremy Tunsil much at all in preseason because of this possibility. And this being a possibility, they wanted to protect the asset before something happened, and oh boy, we get nothing. So I have someone close to the situation. Y'all know how I feel about close to the situation. But this person has been reliable who told me this morning, this has been discussed in the offseason. Not as a goal, this is what we're going to do, but as a potential opportunity. And what this person told me is the organization had and has. There's two different things. They had and have, H-A-V-E, no intention to trade Laremy Tunsil. Never did they. But listen to the fine tune in that. They never have and they don't have any intention on trading Laremy Tunsil. But the problem is, anyone on the roster, on any roster in the NFL, is tradable for the right price. So before the season even started, the individual explained to me in detail the same way I'm explaining to y'all right now. They said it 3 times in a row. Let me be clear. They never had intention on trading Laremy Tunsil at all, nor do they have right now intention on trading Laremy Tunsil at all. But he most certainly can be traded if the price is right. And that's fair in any organization. How can you disagree with that? You can't disagree with that. For the right price, anybody on this roster can be bought. And if you disagree with that, come on, you're just being a homer. You're falling in love with the player versus what makes sense. But again, common sense ain't common at all. Y'all hit that like button. That's common sense. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Show your common sense. Okay? Anybody can be bought. It's the Patriots way. Pay in premier positions only. We can fill the void in free agency and the draft at a much cheaper rate. Chris, we're going to get there, man, but you're spot on, bro. You're spot on. Good morning, Steven. So, at the end of the day, the Dolphins never thought about trading him, but they also had heard a few rumblings within the league, not just for Jadeveon Clowney, but there were about 3 to 4 different players that are big time that there were rumblings about that they would actually consider for the right price. But they wouldn't pull a trigger unless it was for the right price. So at the end of the day, let's protect this kid. Do we really need to see anything from Laremy Tunsil in preseason at all? No, we don't. So sit him for our team to be healthy for the regular season, or if that opportunity comes across, which they did not believe would happen. Because what they would be asking for a player like Tunsil, what they would be asking for, it's not likely to happen. What the Dolphins want for Laremy Tunsil, it's not likely to happen. And that's fair. You can say anybody is tradable, but we got to have this. And if that amount is not likely for any team to give you, then you've done your organization and that player the due diligence. But brakes. Pump the brakes. What did you just say to us, Texans? You just told us you want to give us Jadeveon Clowney and the first round pick? Our original asking price was 2 first-round picks for Laremy Tunsil in the organization. Not to the Texans, but what they would consider is 2 first-round picks. For a player coming up on a contract year, they would consider that. They would consider that. Didn't mean they would do it, but they would consider it. But hold on, the Texans are having an issue. See, what we want for Laremy Tunsil isn't realistic in this league, but hold on. We got an actual weird situation, circumstance going on in Houston that isn't realistic and isn't likely, but it's happening. And they're telling us they will give us Pro Bowler, Jadeveon Clowney, and the first round pick. Let's all meet in the situation room, whatever they want to call it. Let's talk about it. This is what they're offering. And the Miami Dolphins at that point said, it's still Laremy Tunsil. We brought him in. We drafted him. We helped develop him. He is our talent. We got to get a little bit more than that. Not saying a lot, but we can get a little. First of all, taking advantage of the Texas situation. It's a player that don't want to be there at this point anyway. They don't want to pay the money. So at the end of the day, and there's no guarantee for us to sign him long term because he can leave even if we trade for him. So what do we want? We still want our 2 first-round picks and Clowney now. And Clowney. We want our 2 first-round picks and Clowney. And I have a good, I really do. I'm starting to trust this person, okay? She's been spot on. They don't even want the 2 first-round picks in Clowney. They would deal Tunsil today if they can get Clowney, first-round pick, and a possible second. They would deal him now, but Houston Texans are saying, oh, the Miami Dolphins want more than they didn't say Dolphins want more than we'll offer. They said Dolphins are not accepting what we offered. They want additional draft capital. They want additional draft capital. They want additional draft capital. So I'm going to ask y'all in the comment section real quick, and then we're going to make some sense of it after I get y'all answer. Would you trade Laremy Tunsil right now for Jadeveon Clowney, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick? Comment section right now. Would you trade Jadeveon Clowney for would you play Laremy Tunsil for Jadeveon Clowney, first-round pick, and a second-round pick? No, yep. Absolutely. No. Yep. Trading Tunsil would be very dumb, really. We have not won to practice that talent. Hell no. Yes. Hell no. Yeah, gotta. No. Hell no. So we kind of split. Leave it to the Dolphins. You always have split. You have half the people say yeah, half the people say no. And Ethan's adamant, yes, absolutely, WTF. Let me give y'all my answer. Bye, Tunsil! What are y'all thinking? What is going on in your head? You absolutely make that trade. What are we thinking about? Jadeveon Clowney, first-round pick and a second-round pick? What is wrong? How can y'all falling in love with the player that much that you can't see common sense business win a huge win? That is a major freaking win. Do y'all not see that? You're falling in love with Tunsil that much. What, you want the next Jason Taylor just to say you got a great player in your roster that never help you? It ain't going to make a difference so you winning it all? I thought we were trying to go for the future and build something. You get in a cornerstone player that you can actually leave it to Flores to get him to buy into what we're doing. I don't care if we sucked on offense next year. Flores can convince Clowney that this is an A1 defense next year. And look at all the capital we got. Now we got 2 first-round picks next year, 3 second-round picks, and a whole bunch more picks. We might find ourselves in the first round 4 times when it's all said and done. You might literally find yourself in the first round 4 times when it's all said and done. What risk are you taking? What risk are you taking? Y'all talking about taking a risk. Do you know how rare it is for any player in this league to go through their career without an injury? We done escaped 4 years with Laremy Tunsil without one. You want to talk about risks? That's another part of it. He's due. And I ain't even talking about that aspect. I'm going to be on the right side and say he'll never get hurt. But are you kidding me? Look at this. Clowney gets hurt every year. What? You think I care something about him getting hurt every year when the last 48 games, 3 seasons, and that is a misconception. People around here lying with that hurt crap with Clowney. Y'all talking about his first 2 seasons in the league. The last 3 seasons, Jadeveon Clowney could have played 48 games. He played 45. And you want to say hurt? He played 45 out of 48 games. What are we talking about? You're listening to all this false news out here. The man played 45 out of 48 games. Stop the injury crap. They offering you a Pro Bowl player, and y'all must be ain't even seen the man film. The man is amazing. I don't care how Clowney is a bust. You don't watch every Texans game. Stop that craziness. Top 100 players, number 63. It's ridiculous. He ain't no freaking overrated. Some of y'all don't understand schematic football. Some of y'all don't understand schematic football. Sometimes schematic football is not going to make you look as great as impactful you really are. This man impacts the defense. Clowney ain't Jason Taylor because we ain't bringing in Jason Taylor. Clowney got a much different game than Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor is a go-get the quarterback. Flores ain't looking for a go-get the quarterback. He's looking for a guy who can disrupt the backfield, drop in coverage, and do multiple things. Y'all better understand the traditional defensive end is actually phasing out of this league. Y'all ain't noticing that, are you? It's no different from the NBA. The big man, the 5, the stretch 5, shooting 3s now. The defensive ends in today's football ain't about getting to the quarterback anymore. It's about versatility and disruption. Especially with a league where the ball is released fast by quarterbacks now. I can't believe this. Y'all literally would pass, y'all would just to covet Laremy Tunsil. Just to covet Laremy Tunsil, you pass up on Jadeveon Clowney, a first-round pick and a second-round pick. And don't you dare say I'm hating on Laremy. I love Laremy. I want Laremy here in Miami. I love Laremy. But if the Texans are say that much, and that's what the Dolphins offering, the matter of fact, they've already said we'll give you Clowney and the first-round pick. The Dolphins said, it sounds good, but we want a little bit more draft capital. A little bit more draft compensation. They see the picture too. This ain't just a TD opinion. The Dolphins see it too. They're in agreement with what I'm saying right now because actually I'm saying what they're asking for. We take it if you give us a little more draft capital. We want a little bit more draft capital than what you're offering. And ultimately, they're saying the same thing. So people like, you're ridiculous wanting to get rid. Then our organization is ridiculous because if the Texans offer it, the Miami Dolphins are gonna check, right? Matter of fact, let me go a little further because I wanted to do. No, wait, I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then I'll get into that. Because truth be told, the Texans are already ready to get it done. They already ready to go ahead and say, all right, we'll give a little bit more draft capital. The coach spoke out last night for the Texans. He said this is a weird situation. The truth is, the only thing holding everything back from all of this being done is he has to get in here and sign his tender. If he does that, all of this can be resolved. Which means he's on his way to Miami because we've agreed upon something in principle. That's what that means. So when Flores says last night, we don't have a trade in place for Laremy Tunsil, he could have easily said, we're not trading Laremy Tunsil. He said we don't have a trade in place for Laremy Tunsil because they don't, because Clowney need to come in and sign his tender and then it'll be in play. It's that simple. So get mad at me all you want. These are the facts. These are the facts of the matter. Clowney comes in and signs that tender, you can actually hold your breath because it's about to happen. The only way it don't happen at this point is if Clowney says, no, I'm just going to sit out. It's that simple. J.J. Watt and Clowney together still finished 15th. Middle of the pack last year. Middle, TD. So what, Tony? We got the linebackers in the secondary as well. It's a defense is an 11-man game. Not 2-man game. And who cares that they finished in the middle of the pack? Once again, y'all ain't listening to your own coach. You ain't listening to Flores. In the last 10 years, the most successful defensive season we've had was our least sack season. Was our least sack season. But y'all don't listen to your own coach. It's easier to say, I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm crazy. Fitzpatrick starting game 1. You're delusional, TD. I like everything you say, but you're wrong on this one. But I don't hear nobody coming, hey, TD, man, I was wrong on that. I ain't heard one person yet, other than Pete. I ain't heard one person yet. TD, man, I was wrong on that one. You had it pegged the whole time. So it's easy when you don't agree with somebody to tell them how wrong they are. And then I ain't talking about y'all who said I disagree, TD. I'm only talking to the people who added a little disrespect to it. So I don't want y'all to think I'm attacking y'all because y'all were wrong. It ain't about y'all. It's the people who added a little disrespect to it. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You don't know football. I'm unsubscribing to this trash if you believe that. The only way I'm coming back to your channel is to tell you how wrong you were. Those people. Those individuals sending me direct emails. Sending me direct messages. Those individuals. Just because you got a difference of opinion, don't make me or you wrong. But don't I always say, time will tell. Time will tell. The problem is, even in this world today, if there's something in our face that we disagree with and we don't like, we write it all off instead of listening to what the other side has to say and letting time tell. So whenever it doesn't work out in your favor, now you want to act delusional and be like, oh, well, this is probably going to happen or it only happened. Stop. Stop. I'm not with this short-term crap. You got to think for the future of this team. Y'all trying to have the next Cam Wake. Oh, he was great for us, but it didn't matter of anything. You trying to have the next Jason Taylor in Laremy Tunsil. Oh, we got an all-pro. Eventually, he'll be an all-pro bowler. Oh, we got one of the best left tackles in the league. And you want to be proud of that for 10 years as your biggest accomplishment. You want to be proud of that for the next 10 years as your team's biggest accomplishment. Oh, the traditional Miami Dolphins have 2 great players on the roster, and we can tote their name to people. Oh, we got good players. Have you ever heard of Laremy Tunsil? Have you ever heard of Jadeveon Howard? Oh, yeah, we good. And be proud of that, just like Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor. What's the difference? Exactly. Why trade your cornerstone left tackle? Because cornerstone is a fictional word in the NFL. Cornerstone is fictional. That's a mainstream media term that you buy into because you hear it from everyone. He's going to be the cornerstone of the franchise. Do you notice that the winning teams don't have no cornerstone players? Because they're always rotating in and out and replaceable? They don't have cornerstone players. They don't have cornerstone players, man. It's crap. Even Brady get threatened every 3-4 years with a new quarterback they bring in. Tom Brady ain't no cornerstone. The man said himself, I earn my contract every time. Gronk just came out saying he don't even get special treatment. Belichick even say I done brought 2 different people in to replace him. But we get the right deal. If Tom Brady was getting crazy buku money, he would have been gone. Garoppolo would have been the Patriots quarterback. You ain't got to believe it. You don't have to believe it. If Tom Brady was getting $35 million a year, he wouldn't be with the Patriots. He would not be with the Patriots. Cornerstone is production, not pay. Ain't no such thing, man, as no cornerstone because it don't take one player. Hold on. Let me back up for a second. Was Jason Taylor cornerstone? Put it in the comment section. Watch how I show y'all what y'all be talking about. Because if we're gonna acknowledge that there are cornerstone players, then let's talk about cornerstone players. Was Jason Taylor a cornerstone player? Was Jason Taylor? Oh, nobody want to answer that question? Nope, he wasn't. Wow. Okay, I'll do you better. Was Dan Marino a cornerstone player? Was Dan Marino a cornerstone player? Let's hear from the masses, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to know what a cornerstone player gets you. I want to know what a cornerstone. Hey, I'll get to your comment soon. Pay homage when you say you're comparing a defensive end to a left tackle. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But was Dan Marino a cornerstone player? He's a Hall of Famer. That ain't what I asked. I asked, was he a cornerstone player? Cornerstone is a player you build around. Was Dan oh my gosh, can nobody answer? you know whenever you're getting somewhere when nobody want to answer the question you asking because it's answering the whole logic to themselves. Hell yeah, yep. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, he was. Yes. Of course he was. Yes, he is a cornerstone player. He was. So if Dan Marino constitutes a cornerstone player, then y'all help me understand, why do you need a cornerstone player? What does a cornerstone player do for your franchise? What does a cornerstone player do for your franchise? Do they win your franchise a Super Bowl? Do they get you to the Super Bowl? They lead, okay. But what is the end? Hey, I like that answer, Tim. That's the best answer I've seen so far. They eat up salary cap. That's the best answer I've seen so far. Take your whole cap. Make rest of the team better. Build the team. Consistency. Oh my God, let me tell y'all something. What y'all are basically saying is that an $8 million left tackle can't do what a $16 million left tackle can do. That's kind of what y'all telling me right now. Those who are disagreeing. An $8 million left tackle can't do what a $16 million left tackle can do. That's what y'all saying. And I tell you, you be a fat-faced liar. You be totally wrong. You be straight up wrong. You be straight up wrong. This team ain't finna be no idiots no more. Yeah, it'd be lovely to have Laremy Tunsil over there for $16 million, but would it not be better to have a real solid? I don't care if Laremy Tunsil was a 10 out of 10. Would it be that much of a problem to have an 8 out of 10 guy at left tackle that you paying $7 or $8 million to? See, y'all just automatically, how do you replace Laremy Tunsil? You don't, but you still get quality at the position. You think you got to replace a $15 million guy with a $15 million guy, and that's where your thought process is messed up. That's that losing process. That's that losing mentality. Y'all think you got to replace a $15 million about to be guy with the $15 million guy. You can go out there and find an $8 million guy to be just as effective, especially with something like the offensive line, which is a unit that has to work together and be cohesive. Y'all sit here and acting like the Patriots who win the Super Bowl every year, y'all act like they offensive line got 15 million, 14 million, 12 million, 11 million. Y'all act like they spend $50 million on their O-line. That's what y'all act like. We are literally coveting. No. Let me use this scenario because I try to reel people in. So if you wouldn't trade Laremy Tunsil for Clowney, a first round and a second round pick, what if the Texans said, I'll give you 5 first round picks? Would you trade Tunsil? 5 first round picks, our next 5 first round picks. Would you trade Tunsil? Let me know in the comment section. Now, as soon as you say no, Gators, I can't listen to nothing you say at this point, man. That's crazy. In a heartbeat. Hell yes. Tunsil fell to us in the draft for trading. LOL. Yes, yeah. No. Yes. Hell yes. What can get more? Of course. Yes. See, this is what gets me. I say 5 first round picks, and everybody basically saying yes. I wonder if I say 4 first round picks, would everybody say yes? Which you should. I wonder if I said 3 first round picks, would everybody say yes? You should. So what is your cutoff? What is your cutoff? What is your anything less than this? I wouldn't do it. Y'all let me know. What is your cutoff? How many first round picks before you wouldn't do it? 3 first rounders and you do it. 2 first rounders in the second. 2 first rounders in the second. So let me ask you this. Would you trade Jadeveon Clowney straight up for a second round pick right now? A first rounder, Clowney, and a second rounder, and I'm in. That's what the Dolphins are asking for, pretty much. Yes, no, duh. This is a matter of whether people understand value or not. Whether they understand value or not. That's all this is. This is a matter of, do you understand value in the NFL? In the NFL. The crazy thing is, what people don't realize is what the Dolphins are asking for in Clowney, first round pick, and a second round pick is a steal for the Dolphins. That's what they're not realizing. That is a huge win for the Dolphins. Huge win. And the Dolphins have leverage because the Texans have one of the worst offensive lines as well. But let me get to the counter argument that people are saying with, then what are we going to do with our offensive line? The problem is you're focused too much on the offensive line right now. If we keep Tunsil, can't you still ask the question, what are we going to do about our offensive line? Aren't you still going to have to ask that question at this point? So why wouldn't you go solidify your defense by bringing a Clowney in and saying we're set on defense? We can always get another player or two just to compliment or do this and that, but bring in a Clowney and you're set on defense. And now you're going into the 2020 draft with 2 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and you probably can take 2 of those first and move up to 2 of those seconds and move right back into the first round. That will potentially give you 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick next year. Not to mention you still got players like Kenny Stills, Kiko Alonso, and possibly even Kenyon Drake that you can shop. Do you know what would happen if the Miami Dolphins went into next year's draft with 3 first-round picks and a second? And $100 million of cap space? Stop worrying about the O-line. Next offseason, your O-line will get all the attention in the world and be done. 3 first-round picks, a second, and $100 million. And your defense already done? Hold on, let me say that again. Your defense is done. 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a whole bunch of other picks. And $100 million? Where is my disconnect? Where is my disconnect on this? Where is my disconnect? And y'all worrying about an O-line and don't think that next year it would instantly be fixed? Not only would the O-line be fixed, we might even be able to go find a premier tight end that has no questions. I just don't get it. I don't get it. We got a tight end. Oh, I know, but we still got questions. Yeah, Tunsil not getting traded. Probably not if Clowney ain't gonna sign his tender. But y'all don't sit here and act like it's because the Dolphins ain't willing to trade him. Don't sit here and act like it's because the Dolphins not willing to trade him. They done already said what they want. So obviously they're willing to trade him. They definitely willing to trade him. They gave a price. We already turned down the Clowney in a first-round pick. We have officially turned that offer down. Clowney in a first-round pick. Nah, we got to get a little bit more draft capital. We got to get a little bit more draft capital. And you never know. Houston might come back to the table and be like, all right, man, let's do it. Because we're still getting what y'all want to call a cornerstone in Tunsil. Because they need it. Just as much as we do. I get it. But we got money, assets. We banking. And that kind of deal would have us beyond banking. You re-sign your own, period. I get that, Gator, but you can't re-sign your own all across the field. What if we turn out to be that good and we got 11 players on offense that we drafted and all of them are great players? How can you re-sign all 11? Them 11 players might come up to $150 million. How can you re-sign them all with $193 million cap? Cut Xavier Howard? We going to tell Bobby we can't have him anymore? We're going to tell Christian Wilkins we appreciate your service. You're really good, but we want to go ahead and let you go? We want to go ahead and let you go. Is that what we want to do? You're not going to nail every pick. Don't say that. Ain't that the goal? I know you ain't going to nail every pick. But eventually, if you're doing everything right, you'll have enough players on your roster where you're giving enough good contracts. And don't get me started on the quarterback, go Gators. What if Rosen or Tua, whatever turns out, then they getting 35, 40 million. We ain't got to nail every good player. But next thing you know, you got 4 or 5 good players on your roster and you want to sign all your good players. Then what? You see, people act like that's far-fetched. People act like, well, that ain't really never going to happen. Then why the Cowboys having issues right now? Why they wondering, can they play Dak, Zeke, Ari? And then they just gave that linebacker like $55 million or something on a 5-year deal, $11 million each. Why do you think they having the issues they having? Why do you think whenever they sign Russell Wilson at $35 million, the very next day they let go one of their best pass rushers? Because the coach came out and said, in a perfect world, we love to have them, but it's a business, you can't afford them. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the Chiefs are gearing up, spending all the money they can right now, gearing up a superstar team, and then we're going to look crazy whenever say they win a Super Bowl and all of a sudden Mahomes getting his $40 million payday. Now they're scavenging through the roster. Who do we cut? Who do we keep? Who do we cut? Who do we keep? And y'all be the same individual saying, keep them all. And they're going to look at you like you're stupid in the face like, do you not know anything about football? Do you think it's just that easy? Keep them all? Do we really do? Is that what the general fan thinks? Just keep them all? Because why can't you keep them all now? You had them all on the roster next year. Why can't you repeat it? Oh, you don't notice we had to pay that person, and that person 400 times more than what they got in their rookie deal? Let me not say 400 times. Oh, we had to pay that person 15 times what we were paying them last year. Do you know we were paying them less than $1 million? Now we got to give them a $15 million contract. See, I keep on bringing up the point. I keep on telling y'all, Russell Wilson, his first 3 years in the NFL, he made less than $1 million. First 3 years in the NFL, he made less than $1 million. And they won a Super Bowl. They could afford the Legion of Boom. I keep using them as an example because it's the best one. They had the Legion of Boom. They won a Super Bowl. And as soon as that man got his money, the first deal, not the new one, as soon as he got his money, the team ain't never been the same since. Legion of Boom couldn't be afforded. They couldn't be afforded anymore. And we want to go right down that path and put ourselves in the same situation without the guarantee that we're going to even win that one Super Bowl. Can we start thinking long-term success here? Please, can we start doing that? Pontiac J Gaming, how many games will go before we have to switch to Rosen? At a minimum, 16. T, do you like my 53-man roster I sent you? I haven't even checked it out yet, bro. Just like ESPN, YouTube trying to not let us talk about our Dolphins. Doc shaking my head at Rip Tupac. Gators, Fitz is starting. My guy Rosen ain't playing. Wow. Man, listen, guys. A good deal is a good deal. A good deal is a good deal. Period. I know we in love with Tunsil and we want him to be a cornerstone guy, and he watches that blind side of the quarterback, and I love it. You got to have a guy like that on the roster. But I think we get so caught up in ignoring the fact that this league is full of players that are close to Tunsil's abilities. This league has a lot of really good left tackles in it. They have a lot of good left tackles. But what I'm trying to tell you all is, For the money that you're about to pay Laremy Tunsil, 15, 16, and reports say it should be about $17 million a year. $17 million a year for Tunsil. What you paying $17 million for Tunsil, do you know that you can go get a left tackle and a left guard for $17 million and they are good enough? A good deal is re-signing Tunsil. That's a good deal too, if that's what you have to do. But do you know that you can go get two players on the offensive line? And as a collective group, they would be more effective than just the Laremy Tunsil by himself? Facts. Facts. That's what I should have had up. Let me pull it up real quick. One moment, guys. Let me pull something up. Pull up some stats for you. You know I love them. Go ahead and ask away M&T TV. What's up, Clemente? I see you in the room. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. Tell John Gruden that. Tell him what? Let me know. All right, let's see this. I also saw a UFO go over my house last Tuesday. Man, make sure you report it. TD, how likely is it we get Clowney now? That's up to Clowney. If he goes in and sell the tender, signs the tender, they got Dolphins on the phone right away. If he goes in and signs his tender, they got the Dolphins on the phone right away. Let me pull something up real quick. All right. Let me break some stuff down. Let me give y'all some facts, all right? Let me give y'all some facts. Give y'all some numbers real quick, man. This is what teams spend by position in the NFL. What teams spend by position in the NFL. Let me see if he had asked this question. I don't see it. I don't see it. Here we go. Let's talk about what teams spend by position in the NFL. Let me make sure I got the year right here. Put the right year. Let's go to 2018. Give me a second. All right. 2018 cap. All right, here we go. What teams spend in the NFL by year, okay? Let's start with the Super Bowl winning champs. Let's start with the Super Bowl winning champs. On the offensive line, y'all, the New England Patriots spent $27.7 million last year. All right? TD, you have an iPhone or Android? I have an iPhone. I had both, but now I'm just iPhone. Probably going to have both again soon. The New England Patriots spent $27 million, $27.7 million on the offensive line. Okay? Let me show y'all the breakdown. Their left tackle Hold on. Let me make sure this year is right. Oh no, let me get the right year here. Hold on, y'all give me a second, man. I want to pull the right year because I already did this research, man. I did this research and it's mind-blowing how much the playoff teams actually spent on their O-line, yet they had great talent. It's mind-blowing. Okay, so I'm wrong. They didn't spend $27 million last year. The Super Bowl winning team last year did not spend $27 million. That's how much they're spending this year. But last year, they spent $17 million on the offensive line. At the right tackle, that was their highest paid player on the O-line was the right tackle at $5.9 million, $6 million. Guard, Shaq Mason, $3.4 million. Center, David Andrews, $2.4 million. Right tackle, Trenton Brown, $1.9 million. They have them listed dual as right left tackle for $1.8 million. Then I guess their reserves, they got a guard for $900,000, another guard for $600,000, and a center for $333,000. $17 million on their O-line. $17 million. And not a single one of them makes more than $6 million. What are we talking about here? Let's keep going. I want to see some more. I want to see some more teams. And we know some will pay more than others. We get that. And by the way, this year, their highest paid player, highest paid offensive lineman is a guard, Shaq Mason at $7.275 million. And their left tackle is going to be making $2.6 million. $2.6 million. How about the Saints? Let's take a look. But I tell you what, ain't it funny? Ain't it funny how Arizona last year spent 35 point? The Arizona Cardinals spent $36 million last year on their O-line. More than double what the Patriots spent. $35.6 million last year on their offensive line. The worst offensive line in the league. What the Dolphins spent last year? Thank God. We were at $14.2 million. But a lot of that had to do with the injuries too. Look what the first few games got us. You see what I'm talking about? Look what the first few games got us last year. The first few games. When Sitton and Kilgore wouldn't hurt. 3-0. Offensive line look good. Because you bring in $2 and $3 million guys that can get the job done. $2 and $3 million guys that can get the job done. All right, let me see. One second here. Who else was a playoff team? Let me see what line it is. Why is this thing resetting? Come on, go back to 2018, not 2019. Give me a second, y'all. They won't bring me to the bottom of the screen for some of these teams. The Rams, it won't let me scroll down to them. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I don't know what's going on with my system. Can you look up the Chiefs? Yeah, I'll look up the Chiefs. Give me a second. I already know theirs is high. Where they at? Because they got a rookie quarterback. Ain't making no money. Okay, the Chiefs. It shows me the Chiefs. Let's see. Chiefs, $37.8 million. 37.8. Let's look at their breakdown. Let's look at their breakdown. This is on a rookie deal, though, for their quarterback. The Chiefs are paying their left tackle $13.6 million. Wow, let me repeat this, while their quarterback is on a rookie deal. They're paying their guard $8 million, their right tackle $6 million, another guard $3 million, and a center $1 million. But they got 10 other players. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players under $1 million that's not the starting group. 10 players under $1 million. Those 10 players are equating for about $8 million total. Because they all like $7, $8, and $900,000. So what you think that team's going to have to do whenever they give Patrick Mahomes his money? Los Angeles Rams. Same thing. Andrew Whitworth, $17 million for a left tackle. Once again, rookie quarterback. What you think they're going to have to do? Let's look at some teams that don't have a rookie quarterback. That might be better. Jags. Well, Jags, last year they had, wasn't their quarterback on a rookie deal? The Jags offensive line last year, $35 million. Your connection is unstable. Please wait where we're trying to connect. Oh, that sucks. What's wrong with the signal? Sorry, guys. It lagged for a second, but I believe we're good. We're back. Texans. I think theirs on a rookie deal, too. $31 million. Let's look at their breakdown. We're looking at how much we spent on the offensive line. Look at this. The Texans spent $31 million on their O-line, and their highest O-lineman is $7.5 million. Are the Texans a playoff team? So they're looking to go up. They're looking to possibly go into the ridiculous realm of paying for a offensive lineman. Texans O-line trash. So you mean to tell me a trash O-line made it to the playoffs, though? A trash O-line made it to the playoffs? Is that what we're saying? All right, Nico. Is that what we're saying? Trash O-line made it to the playoffs. And they probably are trash. But that tells you it ain't all about just the O-line. It ain't just about the O-line, man. Let's see some of the lore. Because the average in the league on their offensive line, the average spent in the league is, the average is $37 million. $37 million is the average in the league spent on the O-line. So let's take a look at everybody who's pretty much under the average. Baltimore Ravens were under the average. Did they make the playoffs? I believe so. Chicago Bears. Did the Bears make the playoffs? I don't even remember. Did the Bears make the playoffs, y'all? Steelers. Steelers spent $40 million. Yes, the Bears made the playoffs. Okay. Let's keep going. Teams under. Okay, the Bears made it. Right, let's see. All right. Who else is under the average? Did the Detroit Lions didn't make the playoffs, did they? Houston Texans is under. They made the playoffs. The Colts are under. They made the playoffs. This is all last year. Los Angeles Rams is under the average. They made the playoffs. Dolphins well under. We didn't make it. Injuries. Minnesota Vikings, one of the lower ones at 27 million. They're under the average by 10 million, and they made the playoffs. New England Patriots, right there with the Minnesota Vikings at 27 million on their O-line, won the Super Bowl. Who else under? Seattle Seahawks, right under average. Well, they made the playoffs, but they're right under the average. You might as well say they are the average. Vikings didn't make it. Vikings didn't make the playoffs? Oh, my bad. My bad. Now, let's see who's crazy over. Let's see who's crazy over on the O-line. Who's ridiculously over the 37 million average? Washington Redskins at 46 million. They're way over. Tennessee Titans are over. Tampa Bay Buccaneers way over, 46 million. San Francisco is over. Pittsburgh Steelers is over. The Eagles are over. These guys didn't make it or were early exits. Oakland Raiders way over. Man, the Jets. I didn't even know they spent almost $50 million last year on their O-line. Look where that's getting them. Oh, crap. I just hit off of it. Go back. The only team that's over, that's actually paying their quarterback, is the Saints. And they're way over. They spend $47 million on the New Orleans Saints. They spend $47 million. But that's also because they only spend $6 million on running backs. They're one of the lowest in the league for how much they spend on a running back. $6 million. They're also one of the lowest in the league on how much they spend on, what position is that? $15 million for wide receivers. The Saints don't spend money on running backs and wide receivers. They are one of the lowest in the league in that area. $6 million on running backs, $15 million on receivers. Running back average is about $10 million. Receiver average per team is about $23, $24 million. They're way under. They're also under on the tight end. They only spend $7 million. The league average is $9 million. They put those savings from their impact players into the O-line. Smart move. Smart move. Very smart move. I like that, actually. That is very smart. And honestly, that's kind of how we're built too. We save money on a lot of those positions once Kenny Steele's contract is out the way. 7. Hold on. What about the Panthers? Let me see. Carolina Panthers are probably... They're below the league on their offensive line. They spend $28 million versus the $37 million average. So $9 million under everyone else. TD, I understand. I know, man. People just like, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. They want to hear it. They want to see it. Titans spend more on their O-line. It's probably why Tannehill look better. They spend a lot on their wide receivers. Well, not a lot, but they're close to the average. They spend the average on their running backs all across the board. You know where the Patriots spend all their money, y'all? Do y'all know where the Patriots spend all of their money? Do y'all know where they the largest chunk on their team? By double any position. The Patriots, one position, what they spend in one position doubles any other position. Doubles any other position. Secondary, they're DBs. Doubles any position. They spend $49 million. $49.1 million on DBs last year. They saved money on their offensive line. Let me see where they save their most money. O-line and D-line. 2 positions. They save money in the trenches. Ain't that against conventional wisdom? That's so against conventional wisdom. Let me go back another year and see if this is a trend for them. Let's go back another year and see if this is a trend. It's loaded, man. I got to see if this is actually a trend. Is this just their game plan? Because sometimes you can look at a salary cap and say this is the team's identity. This is the team's identity. It might be easy if I just click on the Patriots. New England Patriots. Oh, crap. I hit the Saints. Oh, no. I hit the Patriots. Now I hit back. I'm playing too much. All right. Here we go. Let's go. All right. By position. Positional spending. New England coaching. Clowney 15 million if he signed tag. Yes, he is. All right, here we go. One moment, guys. Full roster, ask the roster starter position. Got it. All right, all positions. Now let me do offensive line. All right. We're going to do 2018. What have I missed? Well, we're just going through some salary cap stuff right now. Looking at some identities of teams, how they try to build their roster, where they put their money at. TD, what did the Browns spend all their money on? This year or last year? What are we talking about? All right, that's 2018. All right, let's go to 2017. I'll check out the Browns in a second. Oh, this year for the Browns? I'll check it out. Give me a second. Oh, my back is killing me. All right, here we go. Shh. Never fails, man. Never fails. 2017, same thing. Same thing. They literally spent the least money on offense on their O-line and the least money on defense on their D-line. Let's see, 2016. I'm going to go to the Browns after I look at 2016. I just got to see if this is a trend for them, man. I'm just going to get 3 years worth. And this year they're doing it again based off of the salary cap and what I saw. They're doing it again. They've been spending every year no more than about $24 million on their O-line. And 2016, they spent $23 million every freaking year. Every year, man. 2015. I just got to go back. I got to go back again, man. The Patriots pay players they know they can't do without. Gilmore was a must. Players you can't do without, huh? I just think that their identity is paying secondary. Look at this. 2015, they spent even less, $21 million. Oh, my gosh. And these are Super Bowls after appearances. And people want to put all this money on the O-line when truth of the matter is all you need to do is bring in the right talent at the right price and get good coaching that's going to actually make them play well together. These guys ain't spend more than $24 million on the O-line in 5 years. Oh my gosh, in 2014, they actually spent $16 million. $16 million. They keep rotating their great offensive linemen out because these names keep changing. These names keep changing. The good guys are getting shipped out and they're bringing the new ones in. The names keep changing. It's not even the same people. We think to fix the problem, we need to put money in when we just need good coaching. Good coaching. 2013, 22 million. They don't go over 24 million. They don't. They got an identity. I'm all the way back in 2013, and that's as far as this thing will let me go. And I'm going to pull up the Browns now. But listen, man. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They're about to have 7 years of not spending. The league average is about 37 million, and they ain't spent more than 24 million on the offensive line, not once in the last 7 years. And what has the last 7 years got them? What has the last 7 years got them? And we ignore these type of things? You got to dig in the data. And all their money has always been spent on the secondary. Literally, 49 million on the secondary. Cleveland Browns this year, how much are they spending on the O-line? It's pulling up now. All right, Cleveland Browns this year are going to be spending 39 million on an offensive line. So let me y'all understand this. So you got teams like the Cleveland Browns spending 39 million and the Patriots spending 22 million, meaning the Patriots got $18 more million to disperse between their roster to get higher quality players. That's what it comes down to. That's pretty much what it comes down to, y'all. That's what people have to understand, man. Follow the money. If you want to look at these numbers, check out Spot Rack or whatever. I don't know how the word is pronounced. Spottrack.com. It breaks down all salary caps, team allocations, everything. Players, salaries, all of that. It breaks it all down. All of it, man. Trying to go by team now. Great info, TD. Thanks a lot. Trying to help people see the bigger picture instead of falling in love with one guy. Okay, but you said yourself, we under the average for O-line, and we still can't block. Flores likes to use fullback and tight end to help block, but Gesicki can't even block, so O'Leary might take his spot. Hold on, J-Rose. Let's let the season start. Let's let the season start. I'm not saying we're finna be a blocking machine, but it's going to be real interesting if we block decent enough, spending what we're spending. It's going to be real interesting. If we get some wins and we block decent enough to get the job done. Let's also understand the Patriots ain't spending buku money because they get the ball out of their quarterback's hands pretty quick. They wear teams down early in the game. And later in the game, that's whenever Brady usually has even more time to throw the ball because they done already wore defensive lines out. It's all about schematic football and making it all tie in and work with the money and what players you can get. How can you use their strengths to build this offense? Truth is, it's real simple. You got a bad O-line that don't give your quarterbacks a lot of time to throw the ball. Well, conventional wisdom tells you we need to get the ball out of our quarterback's hands pretty quick. Let's make sure our scheme is built for that. Let's make sure that if we can't protect, and this route is going to be a 3-second route and we're not giving it, that route might be to the right side, veering to the sideline. Offensive line, block to the right, quarterback's going to veer to the right. That's buying you another second in itself. Hut, everybody headed to the right. It's different ways you can mask that type of stuff. And teams like the Patriots do it every single year, spending on average about $20 million a year on an offensive line. But we want to pay one player. We want to play one player $17, $18 million. And the team that keeps winning the Super Bowl averages paying that whole unit $20 million a year. This is what we be thinking. This is what we talk about. This is what we rave about. We want to play one player, 16, 17. Well, the highest paid right now is 17. So Tunsil is probably going to be in that 18, 19 range possibly. You might be shocked. You might be shocked. So we're going to spend on one player what the team that keeps winning the Super Bowl spends on the whole unit. 5 guys. 5 guys. And you know why they keep on spending a little bit of money? Because at least 3 out of the 5 guys every year are still on a rookie deal. The Patriots make sure no matter what, 3 out of the 5 guys on the offensive line are on a rookie deal. Rookie deal. Even the years where they paid a left tackle $11 million, which was one of the highest years I saw. Even a year where they paid a left tackle $11 million, the next one on the roster was $3 million. But they win in Super Bowls. They win his. See, we want the easy fix. He's great. Pay the man. Yeah, TD, but we want to pay Clowney big money too. Pats don't pay pass rushers. The Patriots do pay pass rushers. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at their allocation. New England Patriots. Positions. Trade fits to the Colts. No, he's great. Deal him and get compensation to reload. That's what it's about, man. And then on top of it, here's what people also need to understand. The steal about Laremy Tunsil. You got him at a steal anyway. That's how some of the wealthiest people in this world make money. You get something at a deal, and then you even get more back for it. This guy should have been top 3 pick in the draft, and we got him at 13, if I'm not mistaken. You already got a top 3 value at number 13, and we putting our nose up at grabbing another top player plus a first rounder and a second rounder. I don't get it. Those are assets, man. New England Patriots, salary cap. How do I do by position? Positional spending. Give me a second, y'all. I'll find it. Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Let me go back. I know how to do it. We're going to look at the defense in the trenches. Defensive line. All right? For the same thing. Because we say they don't pay pass rushers. Let's find out, man. Robert, I doubt we would be as good playing starters. I mean, we can doubt it, but at the end of the day, we don't know. That's the tough part. It's so unfair because we don't know. We don't know. We will have 9 picks in the first 4 rounds anyways. Why not have 11? And that's another first and another second. That's all I'm saying. And another weapon on defense. I wonder if Miami would be any better if Brady came to the Fins. It's a good question. We play this right, we will have more draft picks. Remember, Flores said he rather 3 good players over 1 great. Oh my gosh, Cody, I couldn't have put it any better. I guess that's what I'm trying to explain to everybody exactly. I would rather have 3 good players over 1 great. That's the winning mentality, man. That's a lot of unproven bodies. I get what you're saying, but finding good left tackles is hard. Not if you're a good coach. It ain't no such thing as unproven bodies when you're a good coach. When you scout well, you know what you're looking for. You know how to turn this player into a good player. That's what it's about. Yeah, a deal's been offered for Clowney, but the Dolphins turned it down. We turned it down. What was Flores before he came to the Fins? Defensive coach for the Patriots. And last year he was the defensive play caller. He called all the plays on defense. He understands the importance. He understands the importance, man, of having that defense. Yeah, do y'all also recognize Brady had one of his worst years last year? He had one of his worst years last year. There were games Brady didn't even score a touchdown. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that Buffalo game where the Patriots never got in the end zone, but it was a defensive battle, and the defense actually won the game on an interception at the end? All these high-powered offenses, what won the Patriots the game in the AFC Championship? What the defense did to Patrick Mahomes in that first half. That's what won it. That's what got it done. I want Clowney first rounder, second rounder. Me too. Me too. Me too. No question, man. Oh my God, this thing is like the slowest thing ever, man. There aren't a lot of Quentin Nelsons out there, bro. If there were, everyone would have one. That's the problem, Kay. You don't need a Quentin Nelson. That's the thing. Y'all think you need an elite left tackle. Why do we think you need an elite left tackle? When the Super Bowl winning champs don't have an elite left tackle every year. Why do we think we need an elite left tackle when the team that wins the Super Bowl doesn't have elite left tackles? There aren't a lot of Quentin Nelsons out there. Did Quentin Nelson win a Super Bowl? He a guard. Okay, a guard. Either way, did he win a Super Bowl? Pete sent me a message. I agree, Nick. You need players with heart, man. Players with heart, man. At this point, all the information I was given is out the window. Nate Solder was with the Pats for how long, TD? You got to tell me. You got to tell me, bro. Taylor Lewin is the highest paid left tackle. The Titans are trash. But that's what we want to do. Trust the process. Exactly. And they following their process and they're building it. They're building it. Because the rest of the league doesn't have a Tom Brady. We keep putting it on Tom Brady. We keep on saying it's because of Tom Brady. When Tom Brady out his own mouth has told us the reason why he wanted the lowest paid quarterbacks because he enjoys the competitive advantage, the luxury of having better talent surround him. These are his words, not mine. I enjoy the competitive advantage. Tom Brady telling the world we have an advantage. By me not taking so much money, I can have better caliber players around me. Not the Pro Bowlers and high-paid ones. I just said better players. You know, 3 good guys over 1 great one. We got that all over the roster. A whole bunch of 3 sets of good guys instead of the 1 great one. Because Tom Brady recognizes if he had a $40 million contract a year, he wouldn't win 6 Super Bowls. Now tell me I'm wrong on that. When the man out his own mouth said it, why are you the lowest paid? Because I enjoy winning. I like to win. These ain't my words. These are his words. Brady on the Fins with our O-line would be average. Exactly. You can't tell me if Tom Brady made $40 million a year, he would have 6 rings right now. Tom Brady will tell you if he was making $40 million, he wouldn't have 6 rings. Dolphins are trying to set value to players like New England. And it's the smart thing to do versus buying into this media hype, setting the market. Setting the market. The market dictates how much a player makes. This is blasphemous to say Brady and average in the same breath. You're actually right about it. It is blasphemous. Because that's why Brady wouldn't even allow you to be able to say it. That's why he take less money. He won't even allow you to say those 2 things in the same sentence. That's why he takes less money, so you can never say it. It's that simple, man. The facts are there. People who want to ignore it are being delusional. People who want to ignore it are just falling in love with Laremy Tunsil. Laremy Tunsil has been offered in a trade, and the Miami. So whether you like it or not, let me just give you the facts. Laremy Tunsil has been offered in a trade. Miami has actually told the team this is what we want, and if a team says okay, we'll give it to you, Laremy Tunsil is gone. So we can say it's bad or not. He's gone if a team's willing to pay it. And truth be told, let Clowney come in and pay that, sign that tender. Let him come in and sign that tender. It looks like the Texans might actually budge and do it. Coach said last night out his own mouth, not the Dolphins coach, the Texans coach out his own mouth. Really, all this can be resolved like that if he just come in and sign his tender. What you think that means? All this can be resolved just like that. If he just come in and sign his tender, that's really the issue. If he comes in and sign his tender, everything can be resolved. It's that simple. So whether TD, you talking crazy. How am I talking crazy when both teams are willing to do it? They're willing to do it right now. Clowney just got to come in, sign his tender. It's on him. That's the reality, whether we like it or not. I'm not reporting an opinion. I am not reporting an opinion. I'm reporting exactly what was said. If he comes in and signs his tender, all this could be resolved just like that. Terrence McRae, You say Tunsil ain't going nowhere, that's because you waiting off the assumption that Clowney ain't coming in and signing his tender. Because if he come in and sign that tender, just like that. Just like that. Look at why Marino was so good. He had a good O-line. They couldn't win the big one because they did not have a running game to balance things out. Why they ain't have a running game? And Marino still scored points. Marino was still scoring points regardless. Why weren't we winning games? Something lacked, and I can almost guarantee it will point back to money. But even though back then the salary was a little bit more fair for all the players. So it's hard to use that scenario with now. Quarterbacks got paid a market value that was so in line with the salary cap, 7-8% of the salary cap. But now we talk about paying quarterbacks 19-20% of the salary cap, y'all. You can't even compare Marino time salary cap with today's salary cap. It ain't even in line. Those quarterbacks, 7% of the salary cap. Today, we're reaching as high as 20% of the salary cap for a quarterback. It's not even fair how uneven it was. So that is definitely a fair comparison. But regardless, Marino was successful with an O-line, but what is our ultimate goal? It's not to have a quarterback that's successful with an O-line. It's to have a franchise that's winning. We are not in the business of having a quarterback that has a good O-line. We are in the business of winning. And that's however the team dynamic looks. I got you, Nick. I got you, bro. Our defense would be outstanding with Clowney, Marcus. See, the crazy thing is, another thing people are doing, they're straight up disrespecting Clowney just because they don't want this deal to go through because they want Tunsil. They're disrespecting Clowney, trying to call him overrated and X, Y, and Z. They're ignoring this kid's ability. To say that Clowney is overrated and he's not a good player, stop being delusional. Stop. Jadeveon Clowney is not coming here. Nick, that's fair. That's fair. That's because he ain't signing that tender. That's because he's not signing the tender. What's the point of that trade when we're just trading one problem for another when the new situation will cost more? It's not trading a problem for a problem. It's trading a problem for a problem and getting a first-round pick and a second-round pick at the same time. Why are we ignoring that factor? I agree with you. Trading a salary problem for another salary problem, but you're getting assets to come along with it. You're getting assets to come with it. Man, I actually want this trade now. It's crazy how some people don't to me. I ain't calling them crazy. I'm just saying it's crazy to me that some people don't. Clowney is not just a pass rusher, but that's what they're trying to do. Label him as just a pass rusher and say he's not even great. He don't get at the quarterback. The man averaged 9 sacks for the last 3 years. 9 sacks, and he's actually a linebacker slash defensive end. Look at them on the news right now talk about, do you think Belichick is really ready to move on from Tom Brady to Jarrett Stidham? That's crazy. Let me apologize because I was late and didn't know about any assets we will get along with the trade. Yes, Terrence. They're talking about Clowney, a first round and a second round pick for Tunsil. What you think about that, Terrence? I know Clowney is good in the run D, but wasn't he supposed to be a legit pass rusher compared to the run stopper? Is 9 sacks a season not a good pass rusher? And a great run stopper? Is 9 sacks a year not a good pass rusher, and he's a dominant run stopper? The deal is Clowney, first rounder, and a second rounder. Clowney can play in space and rush the passer. What they told us does Jordan was supposed to be. But an actual proven guy to do it. I'll take that trade any day. What do you think of the announcement on the QB starter? They did the right thing. I mean, you already know it. If you've been on this channel, you already know it, I think. But if you're new to this channel, I've been saying for 5 weeks now this was going to happen. I told y'all for 5 weeks this was going to happen. This was a no-brainer. The scheme will allow our defense to disrupt. Understand that, people, especially with better linebacker play. Oh, my gosh. See, if we brought Clowney in and made the trade, people going to be so excited that we don't allow other teams to score 10 points, more than 10 points a game potentially. They're going to be like, oh, my gosh, I didn't expect the defense to be potentially this good. Oh, my gosh. We're holding teams to 10, 13 points a game, and our defense is creating points too. See, they ignore that. They ignore how the Baltimores with Flacco won Super Bowls strictly on defense. They ignore how Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson, the young Russell Wilson, won Super Bowls. It was the defense, and the offense made a few big plays that matter. They ignored that. You don't need an explosive offense. You don't. You just need an offense that can continue to keep you in the field position game. I remember the Broncos with Tebow. The reason why they even made it to the playoffs wasn't because of the offense. The defense kept them in the games for Tebow to even do his magic every game at the end. When you getting bad quarterback play for 3 quarters like that, you should be blown out every week. But what was happening? They were in every single game because of the defense. Flacco had a career year. Oh, but we're going to underestimate the field position the defense gave him all the time. The interceptions that put him in the red zone in his own side of the field a lot of times. Yeah, he had a career year, though. You just need a quarterback that's not going to lose the game for you. You don't need him to be crazy, be the difference. You don't need your quarterback to be the difference. You just need them to make good plays and don't be the reason you lose with a great defense. You're a contender. You're a contender. That's all you need. Great defense. A quarterback who ain't going to make the difference, but he's not going to lose the game for you. It's that simple. What do you think about the team revolting if team trades Tunsil? It's all fake news. Ain't no such thing as freaking revolting. You'll be out of here like that if you revolt. And this roster ain't built with people who could even stand up to revolt like that. It's not even built for it. And I keep telling y'all, ain't no such thing as players revolting for another grown man. Ain't no such thing as a grown man revolting because a team traded another grown man. That ain't grown man behavior. Oh my gosh, it ain't grown man behavior. Oh my gosh, I'm revolting because they traded Laremy Tunsil. You a grown man, gotta take care of your family and pay your bills. And y'all fakest news I've heard. The fakest news I've ever heard. The article out this morning talking about the reason what's holding up the deal is because Flores is scared. That was even more mind-boggling. Flores is scared the team will revolt, and that's why they're not taking the deal of the one first rounder. Flores is scared of a revolt. The rookie head coach is worried about a revolt, so he's not taking the deal of one first rounder. Hell, Flores probably welcome a revolt because anybody who revolt ain't buying into his message. He would love to see you revolt. He would love undercover answers that he wouldn't have got otherwise. Man, no, I ain't see your text, bro. Oh, exactly. Our defense is top 10, but ESPN don't see that, nor do they care. They just focus on the offense, of course. And then the crazy thing is bringing a Jadeveon Clowney in, they say things like, why would he go to a non-contender and not realize he can make the difference? That's some fake media nonsense. And it ain't no grown man getting paid millions about to revolt because his teammate might be gone and going to get a big deal. He going off to get his money. That's like saying they're going to revolt if they don't re-sign him. The fakest news I ever heard, and people running with it. Facts. What would even happen if we revolt? Ain't no such thing, man. It's crap. Ain't nobody revolting after what happened to Kaepernick. They won't even try. They don't know who. And Flores, Kaepernick can't even revolt. Oh, he took a knee. He was still available to play if they would have let him. That ain't a revolt. Which NFL team do you support? The Miami Dolphins, can't you tell? That one's easy. The realest coach we've seen maybe ever. Absolutely. Bring in Clowney, take the picks to draft a left-hand quarterback and trade Rosen for stud right tackle. ESPN makes sense. Why would he want to go here? Because hopefully he sees the big picture. Let me tell y'all something. Here's the sad thing about it. Take the New England Patriots roster. Take the New England Patriots roster. Put it in Miami right now. Take away Brady. Watch this. Y'all follow me. Take the New England Patriots roster right now. Put it in Miami. Take away Brady. Do you know that nothing would change? They would literally be saying, say we never made the switch. They didn't know it was a swap. They just, it just worked out that everybody on New England's roster right now with their current ability, coached up and all, the player they are today. Take that team and put them over in Miami right now and take away Brady. Just the team. They would still disrespect us heavily. Ouch, TD. I don't know about that. Tell me, why would they not disrespect us heavily? They spending $20 million on their O-line, on a whole bunch of guys that is like, they're not Pro Bowlers. We have no reason to give them any attention or respect any of those O-linemen, but they get respected because they play for the Patriots. Take that entire team, put them on our roster, and take away Brady. Now I'm going to do you one better. Take our entire team, put them on New England with Brady. Oh my gosh. First of all, they ain't going to say nothing about the O-line because they just going to automatically say they always figure out a way to get it done. Take our receiving weapons. Come on, man. Take our running backs. Take our tight ends now with Gronk going over there now. Come on. Take our defense. Come on. Do you see my point here? And no, that doesn't mean Brady makes the difference. It's coaching. It's scheme. The media has faith in coaching and scheme in New England. And oh boy, you can't forget they got that guy Brady, right? Of course, right? But how could you disagree with that? Take our entire roster, put it on New England with Brady. They'd still be Super Bowl contenders right now. And some would argue the favorites. Some would argue the favorites. But when they look at that whole roster minus Brady and associate the Dolphins name with it, not even close. They have no talent. Same thing they've been saying about Julian Edelman for years. And this is the first time they finally woke up and said, all right, we're actually going to put him in an upper tier of wide receivers. We always put him as that average guy that helps Brady get the job done. But now we'll put him in a, not elite, but an upper tier now. We have enough evidence now that he's been doing this long term. When he should have been in that upper tier the whole time. Jakeem Grant can be in that upper tier. Albert Wilson can be in that upper tier. A lot of these, guys can be in that upper tier. But they don't respect you because of the team you play for. Nah, TD, nobody praises the Pats players except Brady, Gronk, and maybe Edelman. They praise their units, man. I get what you're saying. They don't praise because that's the way the Patriots built their roster for players not to get praised. But they praise units. This offensive line unit as a whole does a great job protecting Tom Brady. They do a great job making running lanes, spinning the least one of the least spinning teams in the league on the O-line. But when they talk about them as a great unit. Patriots put their money in the secondary. 25% of the entire. But they're balanced. They spent $96 million on offense and $94 million on defense. Because I do stand corrected. Somebody corrected me earlier, and they don't spend that much money in the trenches on defense or offense. They spend actually less on the. We shouldn't do that. We went ahead and do it a year later. I'm glad we did it. Why are we doing that? That's stupid. We look up a year later. I'm glad we did it. We're building a dynasty, and it's going to cause headache. It's going to cause feelings to be hurt. It's going to cause a lot of disagreement. But at the end of the day, when we're winning Super Bowls after Super Bowls after Super Bowls, don't forget the process it took to get there. Don't forget the process. The Patriots just lost their center, a good center for the season, to blood clots. What did they do? They traded away two assets, a fourth rounder and something else, and brought in two. They lost one player and they brought in two offensive linemen for draft picks at a low price. Brought in two. A few days ago, like 2 days ago, they brought in two more offensive linemen. Two of them. They weren't elite players, the best in the league, just really good, solid players. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 guys that's going to get the job done. Don't need the $17 million cornerstone. Why can't we do that? We are going to do it. Regardless of the fan base that thinks it's stupid, getting rid of a cornerstone player. We are going to do it. It is what it is, man. It's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I digress from this subject, man. You messing up video. How? Is something happening? Is it lagging or something? Someone make me feel good about losing Tunsil, please. Clowney first rounder and a second rounder. It shouldn't be in anything other than that, man. I don't want Tunsil gone. Barbecue. All right, guys, man. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I digress, man. I digress. We'll see what happens at the end of this. Either way, to me, it's a win. We keep Tunsil. We got a good left tackle. That's all good. We trade him for what they're asking for. We're good, man. The feed is looping. Let me end it then. I don't know what's going on.